Hey guys, thanks for watching ZengaZengaBeauty. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a hookah. Now if you just got a hookah, I know it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of parts and a lot of things to do, but have no fear, Morgan is here and I'm going to walk you through step by step. We're in this together. Now the first thing you want to do is put some water into the base. Now I already did that just to make it easier, but the key is that you want the metal rod to be sticking into the water like a ½ inch to an inch. You don't want it in too deep, you're going to suck up water, and you don't want it not in the water, otherwise the water is useless. Another good tip for the water is that you can put ice in it. So you don't put too much, but just throw a couple ice cubes in there. You just want to make the water cold, and it will just make the smoke, it'll just have like a much nicer hit. Now, once the water's in, you're going to need to pack your bowl. So this is your bowl right here. And so you're going to take your hookah, or the tobacco, and just chop it up. Now, chopping it up, it definitely isn't mandatory, but it's also not a bad idea. Another good thing about doing this is that if you see any sticks in there, like, let's see, here's one right here, take those out. You don't want to smoke sticks, you want to smoke tobacco. So just chop it up a little bit. Once that's done, you're going to be putting the tobacco into the bowl. Now you don't want to pack it too high. You just want to kind of sprinkle it in so that air can still get through. Definitely don't pack it tight. And yes, you don't want there to be any coming over the edge. So there you go. Now, it's a little messy, so it's always a good idea to have a paper towel handy. Then get your foil. It's a nice little sheet right here. They sell those like pre-cut ones. They have like double foil. I just get regular foil from the 99-cent store. It's great. So the key with this is you just want it on really tight and secure. You don't want any like air getting through on the sides. And then it takes something sharp. Sometimes I'll use like the end of a steak knife, or a toothpick works really good, and just poke some holes in there. I sometimes get a little creative and I'll do this like intricate design, but I've seen plenty of people in hookah cafes just like whacking big holes in there. Works great. So there's no real secret to this, just get some holes. All right. Now, my hookah takes one extra step. I am missing a part, as whenever I have a hookah, I always seem to be missing this part. There's usually a little rubber stopper that fits in right here, and I lost mine. But not a problem. I guess I could just buy a new one, but I don't want it, so I'm not. So what I do is I take a paper towel, and I fold it in half again, I guess maybe one more time. And then I just wrap it around here. So like everything else, you just want to wrap it really tight. The idea is that, that the bowl is just really nice and secure, and that there's no air getting through. Let's see. So there you go. Once it's like hard to get on, you know it's on there really good. Great, so now we have the bowl packed, the bowl is on, we got water in there. Now you just need to get coals on top. So there's two different kinds of coals that you can get. Some of them are the Instalights. So the ones that are Instalights, you just take a lighter to them, light them, they spark, they go right up. So those are really convenient, but the problem is there are a lot of chemicals on those, and one, they're not very good for you, but two, you can taste them. So I use the Coco Nara coals, which are really good. They're not too expensive. It was 10 bucks for this whole box. And those, you have to leave them on the stove for a while. You gotta leave them on for like 6 or 7 minutes. So I've had some going here. Let's see how they're doing. The way that you know your coals are ready is you want them to be red all the way around. So sometimes blowing, you can kind of see where they're at. These ones still need just a couple of minutes. So we'll put them back on there. All right, so I think the coals are just about ready. You can see they're nice and red. I like to do two, and I put them on the edges. You don't want to just cover the whole bowl in coals. So I keep two on the sides. I kind of move them around. You don't want to push the coals down too much because you don't want the coals to be touching the tobacco, otherwise it's just going to burn. You just want the coals to be heating up the bowl. So keep them on the sides, and while you're smoking, it's really important, don't forget to ash the coals. So you're going to start to see like a gray-white powder kind of collecting on the sides. So when you see that, just grab them with the tongs, and you want to just ash them on the bottom, put them back up so that they're just all nice and red. And sometimes it takes a second for the bowl to heat up, so I like to let the coals sit for a second, start getting nice and warm. And then you are ready to smoke. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I can help you guys out. I know it's a lot to remember. And yeah, happy smoking.